What I'm going to cook today, chicken stir fry and rice. Why am I cooking chicken stir fry? This is why. I've got a wok. Look at it. Jamie Oliver. Built like a brick one. $5 at the op shop. Can't wait to get its bum in the fire, see if I can't do some damage. First of all, the chicken. Whatever I found in the fridge, I think there's some thigh fillets and some bit of drumstick. Doesn't really matter. The most important thing with your chicken, add some baking powder. That amount of chicken, you need a good teaspoon. Mix it around well. That should do it. We'll put that aside for 20 minutes and then we'll wash it and dry it before we cook it to make sure there's no soda-y taste to your chicken. What the soda does, or baking powder, what the baking powder does, it tenderises the chicken a bit. It allows the flavour to go through the chicken more. It just adds a bit of flavour to your dish. I'll put that aside for 20 minutes. Here we have the sauce. What I've got in there is soy sauce, cooking wine, sesame seed oil and sugar. To that, I'll add a bit of corn flour. What the corn flour does, it helps the sauce thicken a bit towards the end. Just whisk that together and it can go and rest with the chicken. Ready for later. There we have our chicken. Washed and dried, ready to go. Now for the rice. I always use basmati rice. Nice fine grained. And when you're cooking rice, the water doesn't have to be cold, it doesn't have to be hot. It just has to be water. And the rice, I like basmati. But you can cook whatever you like. Tip the rice in. A good blast of salt. Mix it around. Put it on the fire, bring it to the boil, be sure you stir it a couple of times, you don't want it to stick to the bottom. 10 minutes, you've got rice ready to eat. Basmati is the only way to go. Here's our chicken pieces, washed and dried, ready to go. Our sauce. It'll probably need a bit of a whisk up. I've got red capsicum, bok choy, red onion. You can have any colour onions you like. I like red ones. Garlic and a bit of ginger. Asian dishes aren't Asian dishes without ginger. And most importantly, my Jamie Oliver wok. Can't wait. Off to the fire. I scored myself a little table here just to make my life a bit easier. I think it's time we got started on this stir-fried chicken. Bit of oil. onion. Looks like we've got some real serious heat going on there. I like to put the capsicum in there. I don't like it crunchy, I like it just a little bit soft. That's when the best flavour is. If I think I've got too much heat in the wok, add a bit of water. Put a lid on it. It steams your veggies up a bit quicker and stops them from burning. That's good now. The chicken. Add a bit of soy sauce through that. Just get a bit of flavour through the chicken nice and early. Now for some bok choys. I always like to taste the rice just to make sure it's cooked just nice. Now, not quite there. We'll just put it aside. And keep warm over there. Off the dish, we don't want too much more cooking going on. Before you put the sauce in, you've got to mix it up. The cornflour settles to the bottom. That's what you don't need. Pepper in. Doesn't hurt to just keep stirring it. That cornflour will settle to the bottom. Give it a bit of a stir up. Bit of that, it's thickening up just nicely. Might just leave the lid off it for a while. Oh, I can just taste this. Oh yes. That's done. Ready to plate up. There it is. Chicken stir fry. Look at that. My Jamie Oliver wok. He's done a good job. In the rice. There you go. Water, rice and salt. Look at that. As fluffy as you could get. I'll get some of this on the plate right now. First of all, rice. Look at that. Cool. Now some of the stir fry. I think I'll need some more rice. You can smell the ginger, the soy sauce, and I'm sure you'll be able to taste the garlic, the sesame seed oil. Can't wait to taste this one. What could be nicer? Stir-fried chicken and rice and a nice cup of tea. Now for the taste test. If you enjoyed this cooking experience, hit the subscribe button. There'll be one coming your way every week. First of all, the rice. I do enjoy my rice. Now, cooked to a T. Does need some salt. Of course, can't miss the pepper. Now for the chicken. The ginger, the sesame seed oil, the soy sauce. It's all there. Beautiful. I'd have to say, my Jamie Oliver wok, pretty spectacular. $5 at the op shop. What a bargain. Bon appetit. Everything tastes nicer with a nice cup of tea.